Hello and welcome to the Radio Scilly video news. Sign up to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Radio Scilly. Islanders have turned out to show their support for military personnel serving and retired in the second of the Armed Forces Days on Holgate's Green. Organiser Smudge Smith says he was pleased that the visiting Catholic priest was able to address the crowd, along with the Reverend Charlie Gibbs from the Methodist Church and Father Guy Scott from the St Mary's Anglicans.
I am very pleased. We're competing with other things in weather like this, but it has its disadvantages. It gets a wee bit warm when you dress for the occasion, but on the whole it went very well, and it's nice to have the three different sections of Christian religion there for change. We usually manage two, not often the third, and it's nice to have all aspects covered.
Anita Bedford spoke as a parent of serving personnel. She said it was important to show support for our youngsters serving abroad or those on the islands thinking about representing their country.
I think that we need to recognise the young armed forces of Scilly. There's lots of armed forces children serving in Afghanistan, but not just serving in Afghanistan, they're also at other how can I put it, operations. My son went to Operation Deep Cut in Kenya this year, and my son-in-law is out on operations at the moment, and I think it's really good to know that we actually care and value what they do. I think they're a hidden group, aren't they?
Another proud mother sat alongside her serviceman's son during the event. Nick Perkovich paid tributes to his mother Maggie and her support of him before he spoke about his early life in Scilly and how it shaped his military career. He told Radio Scilly News it was interesting seeing the Army cadets stacking up chairs at the end of the event, as that's how he started. Nick says the event is important to show the military that the public is on side.
In this day and age, I think they're very, very important. I believe the British public has increasingly become supportive of our armed forces, if not necessarily the policies that they carry out. We can't exist without popular support, that's a given.
Here in Scilly, who are thinking about continuing the proud tradition that these islands have of sending their young to do the Queen's business, I say this: be honest, strong and brave. It is not necessary for every man or woman to carry a rifle in defence of our country and our islands. But if you have that special quality that the armed forces seek, if you feel the urge to accept the challenge offered you, make your decision in the knowledge that those who went before you endured the same pressures, although they will tell you it was harder, felt the same emotions, although they won't tell you about that bit, and look to you to pick up the colours that they carried proudly in peace and war. May you come home safely.
Yeah, absolutely. The public here in Scilly have always been supportive of our armed forces, and it's a very promising turnout today.
And your career has started off here, where these young lads are putting the chairs away now in the Army Cadets?
Exactly, stacking chairs in the Army Cadets.
Tony Smith says the high profile of the Help for Heroes campaign has heightened awareness of the event and helps the turnout.
I think there's more support because more people are aware of it. This day was originally Veterans Day, and there was very little support for it. It's now been combined with the current serving armed forces to make Armed Forces Day, and obviously more people are now aware of it.
Youngsters in Scilly will have a chance to learn about safe marine practices on boats and how to safely use leisure craft and activities around the water, with a week-long series of events culminating in a regatta in the first week of August. The idea has been arranged by the police for the Community Safety Partnership. Sergeant Charlie Craig says a variety of water skills and safety measures and procedures will be taught to Ireland's youngsters who sign up for the course, and it's going to be done in a fun and enjoyable way.
Well, it's all based around the water. There's a heavy boat and watercraft influence of the week. It's learning about sailing, canoeing, windsurfing. There's going to be an event that's been labelled a snorkel safari, but is going to be run by the Wildlife Trust, looking at the flora in the shallows and in the rock pools. We're going to have an input from the lifeboat, from the Arana Life, surf life saving, and just lots of exciting and fun things like that.
PC Matt Collier will take part in the week. He's a recent boat owner and says he's observed a number of practices which may require some consideration.
I think purely having been sort of a boat owner for the last 18 months, and I've always enjoyed playing around in boats and spent a lot of time in boats over my life, and I think it'll just be the value of the whole course really for the kids. You know, we get called down to the quay occasionally because the kids are jumping off the wrong side of the quay or jumping off into the just completely the wrong side of the quay, and you know, it's just raising awareness of the safety and going too fast around the harbour, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of value in the whole thing.
Islanders will have a chance to hear of new plans to improve the booking system for mainland hospital appointments when the NHS Senior Commissioning Manager Terry Goldsworthy attends the next Link session. The Link organisation, based in Thoroughfare, is the island's health watchdog. Carol says Terry will come to the island to explain how a new NHS online service will give advice on treatments and what will happen to you following any diagnosis.
Terry Goldsworthy from the Primary Care Trust is coming over to talk to as many people as she can, so we've booked the church hall, about the Map of Medicine, which is the new online tool. Once you have your diagnosis from your GP, you can go online and look at your ideal treatment path. This is all NHS speak. It will show you who you're likely to see, what treatment options will be offered, and what will happen every step along the way. So she wants to talk to people about that and show them how it works.
The Link organisation's also been pushing for a change to the booking system for appointments. It's long overdue, they say. Many islanders found it particularly difficult getting to the hospitals in winter because of the restrictive flight times. Carol says she understands the new system will require a devoted person at the health centre to help in making plans.
What people might find even more interesting than that is that she has been telling us about a new improved outpatients referral system. At the moment we've got two systems. The GPs will refer you by letter to a consultant, or you will be given a choose and book number, or the GP will try and do it for you in the consultation, so you can actually book your own outpatient appointment. They're not happy about those two systems running side by side. They know choose and book is patchy in the southwest and they want to improve on that. So what they're proposing is for a patient management referral system, which as far as we understand means that there will be somebody in the GP practice. So when you come out from your consultation with the doctor and he says, I'm going to send you to Mr. So-and-so, the consultant, about this, you just walk round the corner, sit down with somebody who will take you through the choose and book system, and all specialties should be on that system, so you can just book your appointment. And hopefully it'll put an end to all these can you come at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon appointments.
A mixture of islanders and visitors, about half and half in terms of makeup, made it up to the garrison for a fundraising day organised by the Inner Wheel. As a first, it was decided to hold practically an all-day event with a coffee morning and a cream cake and cake afternoon. Those attending were treated to music inside Christmas House, performed by Chris Garrett and Debbie Crane. Jane Chiverton said the concept of the longer fundraiser worked well, and it's likely that the Inner Wheel would put on a similar event again.
I think we probably will another time, and we're doing a race evening later on for Inner Wheel, so we just like to collect money.
Jane says there are good causes that regularly receive funding from the Inner Wheel organisation.
Well, it depends on what the President decides, but we always do a bit for our ambulance. We always do a bit like this for Help the Heroes or something like that. We collect the money and then we decide at the end of the year what we're going to do it for.